Alright, welcome to Just Magic the Gathering. I was, looking to continue my draft. At this point, I took a little bit of R&R beforehand. I don't know, yesterday's game I did find almost a little stressful. And I don't know why I'm like, I want to win. One of the things I was thinking about yesterday was like, oh, that card that might not do me any good. When I was doing the deck introduction, when I was reviewing the deck introduction, I was wondering about trying to slim it down to 40 cards. But if it holds up, I'm happy with where it's at, and I figured without just giving it another try, it's hard to tell. I was happy with how the first game played. At this point, I'm just almost trying to fill a little dead air. Come on, matching an opponent. Normally, I'd say it is pretty quick. Depending on how far you make it, I've definitely had to wait a while for the later matches. But the initial matches usually go pretty quick. At this point, I think it's just going to time out on me. And while I am, I guess, trying to kill some time or dead air, I have in some ways been fighting the imposter syndrome. Like, I don't have all the nice cards. I don't, it's hard for me to showcase stuff. But this is more the average experience I think the standard Magic player gets. And that's, I guess, what I was looking to showcase is the average, I guess, arena experience. And yeah, I am enjoying my time. At least normally. I hope it doesn't time out again. That would be kind of unfortunate if it did. There it goes. Brown 14 is an initiative in silver, which... I'm gonna mulligan. I kind of hate to because it could get worse, and in some ways it looks like it did. I was almost wondering about like coordinated maneuver and trying to keep my choices. I would almost rather keep my creatures, especially my nicer ones, as opposed to guaranteedly putting them on the bottom of my deck. So that is unfortunate for me. And maybe I should have mulliganed again to go for the tri-land, or... Oh. I mean, at this point it is not looking promising. I just need one more. At a 5/4. I was questioning maybe trying to discard some cards. I'm going to go for the goblin. Otherwise that 5/4 is going to be adding up quickly. And he might just be able to control that. We'll see. At least now I can start to play some of my other cards. He didn't spend any mana? Which I find a little disconcerting. Go for my menace and endure too. And next round, if he doesn't kill it, then I can basically do the Mardu Siegebreaker. I was wondering if I leave myself untapped. What does he do, Flurry? When you ever cast, copy it, then exile the spell you cast with 4 time counters on it. If it doesn't have suspend, it gains suspend. That's unbelievably brutal because now he gets to do it 4 more times. Yeah, that is unbelievably brutal. The Boltcaster. I don't have enough mana to do the... Yeah, I don't know. This is definitely not going to be my game. Just trying to figure out what best to do there. He's saving his kick. If it deals damage, you may play it this turn. Discard up to 2 cards and then draw that many cards. And seize the opportunity is going to be draw. Got it before I could do the instant on it. Whenever it attacks, if there are 7 or more cards, I only had 4 anyways. I don't know. No blocks. A 3/3 dragon. Whenever one or more cards leaves your graveyard, create a treasure token. For 3... +2, +1. I'm only pushing 6 damage through. So, yeah, I'm a little shaky on this, or I don't know. I'm pretty sure this is his game. Because the coordinated maneuver actually came due this round, right? Or should have caught that. And what was the deal with suspend? At the beginning, remove a time counter. When the last is removed, you may pay it without paying its mana cost. And I'm kind of curious what he's up to here. A Death Touch Mobilize? More mana, more life. It endures one. Here, I think I am just going to auto-pay again. Create the spirit token. Assuming he's going to block my endure. And he's going to get first strike. Target creature's indestructible. Which I think is going to kill my thing. There. It gains haste. And I should have known that was coming due, and he had it. Mobilize one. So, at a certain point I should say no real surprises there. It's pretty sure there's something to be said for your silver and on bronze. That just doesn't bode well. But there's not much to do other than just move on. I was wondering in a way what I could have done better there, done differently. I probably could have played my Siegebreaker earlier. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what my thoughts are in retrospect or in review. And once again, I have to mulligan. Playing tricolor is pretty rough. Because in some ways that's just as bad. But now I have to get rid of cards. I don't know. One mana will get me into most of my hand, and hopefully it's a red, which will get me into all of my hand. Draw a card. One of my tri-lands, or my only tri-land, so happy to see that. The Bear of Glory. Looks like he's playing just green... blue? Shouldn't say just. Is he looking to return? I'm kind of curious what he's up to. Normally green doesn't have much for direct damage. It's where it's like my creature does damage to yours, and blue would be on like a return. Assuming he has an instant, and he might nope this, and why I played my Unity over my Siege. He's just thinking. Not sure what the instant would be. And that actually bodes well because, yeah, my next 2 draws weren't going to be mana. And statistically, my next one could very well be. This is 1 and 3. He's going for a land. It looks almost like he's playing a Harmonized deck. So, the Tree Nurturer. And then I'll have it create a token, so I get the extra life. At 6 mana, they can be pulling out something pretty big. House of the Heart. Host of the Hereafter. It enters with 2/1/1 counters on it. Whenever this creature or another creature you control dies, if it had counters on it, put those counters on a target creature you control. So unless he's playing a double creature this round, if I play Teresa, I don't have enough to do the OCS Exhale. If I push for the OCS Exhale, I was wondering, because if I attack and he defends, then I can basically kill his thing before it can drop the counters on something else. Or I'll see what he's up to. If he doesn't block, then that... I mean, I was always wondering if he blocks... Because I could also use the Bolt Caster to do the 5 damage. So he chose not to block any of it, thinking I might have something up my sleeve, which in a way is not a bad plan. I only have 3 mana, so I basically have to play Teresa. The Whale of War. And that'll do him another damage. I was in a way questioning what I might discard here. Because without 7 creatures in my graveyard, she's almost a sacrifice. But I could do... What did he do? And loses all of its abilities. I'll see if I can go for a land. A control. It's not that bad. I am kind of leery on it because he's playing potentially like a nope or a control. It's really hoping to get into a 4th mana is what I was hoping. They're down to their final 3 cards, but they can play their... these ones, the Harmonize. Gain 1 life. Gets +1/+1. And has flying. So 2 replacement cards. I'm basically just tapping out, or he didn't attack, which I'm assuming means he wants to defend. I don't know what he would be looking to defend. Either he's looking to kill my 1 token, and there I should have almost left the Siege Breaker. Agent of Konas, renew. Exile this card from your graveyard and put 2 +1/+1 counters on it. Wingspan Stride, that's the second one he has. And that is when he cast his second one, the swap life. I could play... if I just put all attack... let's see what he actually does. I'm assuming he's going to name a defender. He doesn't have anything up his sleeve and he's totally tapped out. I'm pretty sure this is my game and this is just getting long and drawn out. Put those counters on another creature. Which is okay with me, I guess. The Boltcaster can now come in and finish him off. And I'm now wide enough, I don't think he can do anything about it. So, I'm pretty sure I said good game at the beginning. I was about to say good game there at the end. Rank up. And yeah, I think in a way it was just a poor matching. The other guy had, I think, a stronger deck. That is one of the things about drafts that isn't, that's a lot harder to do because it's not like I'm playing with the same people in my draft group and just balancing it because that's why it's, I don't know. Either way, I'm glad I got another win in. I'm up to 2 wins, so at a certain point, that's the break-even point for... Because yeah, with 2 packs and 250 gems for the... This is a premier draft, though, so it was 1,000 enter, so never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. But either way, I had fun, and I look forward to doing some Magic in the future.